I've actually been asked to write for a magazine in California, freelance, that deals with health and wellness as somebody who can talk to children. And I think it really begins with at the family level, not just kids. I mean, body shaming and teasing and bullying. I mean, there's horrible things that happen to kids in school. And I mean, these things that happened to me in 5th grade back in a fancy private school on Long Island stayed with me for 20 years. They're still with me. I mean, I'm dealing every day with the torture I went through as being the black sheep in a school of white sheep. That I was different, that I was picked on, that I was actually abused. I mean, it was awful. And I put up with that as best as I could. I mean, I basically lived in the principal's office crying or coming up with any excuse to avoid going to school. I mean, I got very creative. And around this time, my mom remarried my stepfather, Bud, who's no longer with us, but a lot of you know him and love him and remember him. And naturally, like attracts like, so one foodie to another. So all of a sudden, I was introduced to all the best Jewish delicacies in the New York area. So, all of a sudden, we went from pizza and now pastrami and knishes and bagels and lox and all this stuff. So now I had 3 families. I had my dad's family. They were, Sicilian Americans. I mean, it's like, what, you don't like my lasagna or my braciole? It's like, eat, or I'm going to kill you. So then I had my mother's family. I mean, Neapolitans and everything else. It's like the same kind of thing. And then my stepfather's family, I mean, Jewish. So it's like, what, you don't like my matzo balls? Eat, or I'm going to kill myself. Come on. I mean, this is what I dealt with. So I became like the food maven of the tri-state area. I mean, between you and Bugsy and my father, he took me every place. And I mean, that like my little 9 or 10-year-old self could go and ate at all these great restaurants and all these, great delis and markets and bakeries and you name it. I mean, I was very blessed. I mean, I was big as a whale, but I mean, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. I was still enjoying myself when I wasn't in school being picked on by those creeps back in New York.